Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Trailblazer Baseball and Softball this week. I'm Rod Zundel. We'll talk softball in just a minute, but first, let's talk Trailblazer Baseball. Head coach Chris Pfatenhauer is out recruiting, so it's just me and Kyle McDaniel, second baseman, sophomore from Pahrump, Nevada. Thanks for coming in and going solo without the coach.
Yeah, we'll see how I do.
Hey, big week for you last weekend. You won 2 of 3 against the first place team in the WAC, Grand Canyon.
Yep.
Just talk about that, and as you're battling for a spot in the WAC tournament, how crucial that series was.
Yeah, I think every series is a big series, no matter the opponent. Our plan into the weekend was just play our game, not really worry about who's on the other side, and just I think when we play our game, we're a tough team to beat, and I think the cards fell right in our way, so we got the series, and hopefully we can keep rolling and. And
you were down a run in the bottom of the 8th inning in Game 1, and you hit a big RBI, knocked in 2 runs, and that was the game winner. So that had to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it felt pretty good to do that for the guys.
Yeah. Okay, so talking about you lead the team in batting average at .379. You lead the team in hits. You're top 3 in the WAC in both of those categories. Now, here's a stat that really caught my eye. You're 116th in the nation as the toughest guy to strike out. I didn't know they had that stat, but that's pretty cool. That says a lot about the patience you have at the plate and just the sheer determination and guts.
Yeah. I think an important part of my game is just try and put the ball in play, make the defense work, and see what happens. And so just not striking out. We talk a lot about that, not striking out.
Yeah, and is that a God-given talent? Is that something you had to work at, or is it something you have to really focus on and say, okay, I'm going to wait for my pitch?
Yeah, I think being selective. We got our scouting reports and our plans going into the weekend, and just trusting that and just waiting for what they give me and just take that and just go from there.
Okay, so we gave you a lot of stats that you're at top of the team lead, and in the WAC you're in the top 5 in a number of different categories. But how about this one? You have reached base safely in 24 straight games. That's tied for the school record in the Division I era. Just talk about that, because that's a big deal, because you get on and you give yourself your teammates a chance to bring you home to get more runs.
Yeah. With that, I mean, like, it kind of goes hand in hand with the strikeout thing. Just put the ball in play. Not really worry about the result, but find holes. Like, the ball's got.
There's your game-winning 2-run RBI in Game 1. So, do you think about that, your stat going in? Say, okay, all I need is one more, and I hold the school record.
No, honestly, I just want to help the guys out, getting on base anyway. Just kind of that's everyone's plan, I guess, every at bat. So I don't really think about it. Can't really think about that kind of stuff. Just each at bat at a time, separate itself.
Okay, as a team, you guys are battling for a playoff spot in the WAC tournament with less than a month to go in the regular season. You hit the road at Tarleton State this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You're only 2 games back of Tarleton for a spot in the WAC tournament. You're only a game behind Abilene Christian, or Seattle, and then Abilene Christian's right there. And you play Tarleton State, you play Seattle, 2 of the next 3 series. So this is crucial. I mean, it's all in your hands. You win 2 out of 3 of these weekend series. The rest of the way, you're in.
Yeah, and we know that. We know that going in. We've talked about that a lot. Like, we control our destiny. Everyone in the locker room and the coaches. Like I said earlier, we don't really have to worry about the other team as long as we take care of our business. I think we'll put ourselves in a good position to make a run.
Now, as a second baseman, you kind of anchor the infield, and you kind of the instigator of double plays.
Yeah.
And you guys are tied for 14th in the nation in turning double plays. In Game 1 against Grand Canyon, the top team in the WAC, you had an inning double play in the first inning, second inning, and third inning. I don't think I've ever seen 3 consecutive inning double plays to start a game.
Yeah, I mean, Monty, he does his thing. He gets good pitches, and P.D. Soto, our shortstop.
Montgomery, our pitcher.
Your pitcher. Yeah, and P.D. Soto, he's insane. Like, anything hit around him, he'll make the play. Yeah. So I think with that, it's pretty. I just got to make the throws first, I guess.
Well, you guys take pride in that, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
Top 15 in the country in any category, but this is not just one person, one stat. It's a team effort.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time working on double plays. I mean, it's an important part of the game. Good teams roll double plays, so we've spent a lot of time on that.
Well, get about 5 or 6 more inning double plays
I know.
against Tarleton.
Yeah,
will
let's
ya?
do that.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Why did you come to Utah Tech? What was your choice?
I came to Utah Tech. I love the coaches, the culture. Close to home, so my family is able to come up and watch me play. And
How far a drive is that from Pahrump to St. George?
it's about 2 hours 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay, that's
not
not
too
bad.
bad. Yeah, my parents come up for the weekend, so
Yeah.
I think those factors just played a big role in it was best for me.
Now, talk about growing up in Pahrump and your family life, where you fit in.
Yeah, so Pahrum's kind of a small town, so playing baseball, we would commute to Vegas 2 times a week for practice, and then the weekends for games. So my parents, me and my brother, they blessed us with that opportunity. My brother actually played college baseball at Southwest Minnesota State. He's the all-time hits leader at their school.
Really?
Yeah, so so that's pretty cool. Pretty good role model to look
How
up
far
to.
are you away from catching up to his number of hits?
I'm pretty far away. But yeah, just a good role model. All my whole family, we're close. Baseball has just been our life, basically.
Yeah. And your dad played college football too.
Yeah, he did.
At Valley State City State University. I had no idea where that was, but I found out it's in North Dakota.
Yep.
So you come from an athletic family. I'm sure the games in the backyard were pretty good growing
always,
up, huh?
Always.
All right. So Tarleton State this weekend, like you said, every series now is crucial. What do you guys have to do to come away with at least 2 out of 3 this weekend?
I think our starting pitching, all year, they've been Ryan Martinez, Monty. I think we got Roundy going this weekend, but Dakota West too.
Yeah.
I think they give us a chance in every single game. The offense, we just got to stick to our plan, and we'll be all right. We'll make our plays on defense and just worry about ourselves, and I think it'll take care of Tarleton.
Yeah, and turn double plays, and if you don't allow a runner on base, you don't have to turn double play,
I know,
right?
yeah.
All right. Kyle McDaniel, here are the numbers again. Leads the team in batting average, 379, leads the team in hits, top 3 in the WAC in both of those categories. 116th in the nation is the toughest guy to strike out among all Division I schools. And you've reached base safely 24, and you're going to make it 25, 26, 27 by Sunday night,
Let's do
right?
it.
27 straight games.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, Kyle McDaniel, safe travels. Good luck in Texas this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Trailblazer softball when we come back.
If you haven't seen Utah Tech University lately, chances are you haven't seen it at all. With hands-on polytechnic learning across 300 academic programs, 30 new and renovated state-of-the-art facilities, the most affordable university tuition in the state, and 300 days of sunshine. Why look anywhere else? Discover why Utah Tech was recently named one of Education Magazine's 10 prominent universities and colleges to watch. Join us and experience the active learning, active life difference at Utah Tech.
Time now to talk Trailblazer softball with head coach Randy Simpkins and junior utility player Cassidy Hornig. Thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thanks, Ron.
All right, so you're from Los Alamitos, California, Fullerton College, junior college transfer. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, let's talk about this weekend. Friday and Saturday, you're at the top-ranked team in the WAC, Grand Canyon. They're ranked 25th in the country, and you're right there battling for a tournament spot. You got to beat and make some big upsets this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, we got to play well, and we've done it before. You know, a few years ago we beat Grand Canyon 2 out of 3. We've won games down there in the past. It's difficult. They're very good. They're very well coached. They're deep. But you know what? It's 9 girls named Sally right now. You just play the game in front of you. And I told them don't play the scoreboard. Don't play the standings. Play the game in front of you. Win one pitch at a time. Win one at bat at a time, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. So with a tournament berth on the line, you know you have to at least win 1. 2 would be great. 3 would be freaking awesome. So Cassidy, talk about just the energy level and the anticipation and the urgency that you guys are taking going into this weekend.
I think everyone wants to keep playing, and like everyone is driving to yeah, we can do this. Like I feel like all of us and like our team, we're all together, and so like we have really good chemistry. So I feel like today that like if we keep practicing how we're practicing, I feel like we can do it, and we will.
Yeah. So this is your final conference games. You got a couple games next week, non-conference against Weber State. So now as you enter this, you talked about the psychological effect, but on the field, what do you have to do to give yourself a chance to beat such a great team?
We got to pitch it. for sure. In softball, if you have pitching, you have a chance. If you don't have pitching, you don't have a chance.
Yeah.
And our pitching's been kind of up and down. We've thrown really, really well at times, and then we've given up some crooked numbers that we didn't need to. So we need to be a little bit more consistent pitching. We need to be able to get big outs at big times, get leadoff outs, and then dictate counts a little bit better.
Yeah.
We've been pitching in the wrong counts a little bit. We haven't got a few calls, and then a few things haven't went our way, and it kind of snowballs on us.
Yeah, and Cassidy, you won a state championship at Fullerton Junior College last year. So why did you choose Utah Tech to continue your softball career?
I don't know. I just love the atmosphere and like the people, and like when I came and I did my visit, like I loved the coach. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of nice. It was perfect weather, even though it was a little hot, and I'm not used to it because I'm coming from SoCal. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just really pretty. I'm a really outdoors person, and
Yeah.
so like it just had everything I want.
And speaking of outdoors, you came to a tournament here in St. George, right?
Yes.
So kind of where, but you talked about being outdoors. You spent some time in the outdoors before you decided to come to Utah Tech. Talk about that. The term was used, trailer parking, and I'd never heard that. Explain this whole situation.
Yes. Okay, so me and my best friend, every year during spring break, we go places. And so they ended up taking us to Utah. And so we were trailer parked, which is basically like a campground mainly for trailers. And so that they can like hook up water and so like
Okay, all
everything.
right,
And so,
okay.
so yeah, so like it was really fun. And like it was during spring break last year. And we did like an Easter egg hunt and everything, and then we actually took Jeeps out in Moab and like went off-roading and everything. It was so much fun. I've always had a blast.
And you said, I'm going to love it here in St. George, aren't you? See,
Yeah.
Hey, old guys like us just call that camping, right?
We do.
Not trailer parking. That's
a little
fun.
bit more glamping than we're used to, right?
Yeah, nowadays especially.
Yeah.
All right, so Los Alamitos, California. Talk about growing up there and your family life, and tell us a little bit more about you.
I came from a really high-end like softball school. Like I feel like Los Alamitos, like we've had a lot of competition. Like, and so like coming and growing up with that, it's like you always are competing with the best. Like it doesn't matter. Like you're just striving to be better. And so like I feel like growing up with that has helped me become who I am today, and making that like no matter what, like it's all on me. Like if I want to be better and if I want to do this and if I don't want to do that, I have to put in the work and I have to continuously doing that just to be who I am right now.
Who introduced you to softball and got you really going and excited about it?
To be honest, when I was little, I played a lot of different sports. But I don't know. I think my mom was big on it because she actually used to play when she was little, but nothing crazy like college, but she did. And so I actually have her number represented with me, number 44, which means a lot. And so I've just been playing ever since.
And that's her number?
Yes.
Oh,
it
that's
was.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
we
what?
had Tyler Denhart that was a pitcher for us the last 3 years that went to Los Alamitos High School.
Okay.
So that program down there is one of the best year in and year out. They always send kids to top level schools. So I knew so I called her high school coach, and I'm like, if you can play for Rob Weil, you can play for anybody.
Yeah.
He's very good. He's a great coach. He's very tough. But the kids come out of that program prepared to play at the next level.
And speaking of that, what impressed you that you said, okay, I want her on my team?
Energy.
Yeah.
It probably, so I talked to her JUCO coach and her high school coach, and they both said she just never stops, and she can play anywhere. We've had her play multiple infield positions and multiple outfield positions. She can hit at the top of our lineup or the bottom of our lineup, pinch run. So she's, kind of the Swiss Army knife of our team because we can kind of plug her in anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's a big asset to have.
Yeah, I see.
And she's a great student as well.
Okay, well, there you go. And you have a lot of leadoff. You're top of the order quite often. Is there one position, it says you're a utility player. That means that, you can do a lot of good things. Is there one position you say, okay, I would just assume play that all the time?
I don't know. I probably would say maybe second or outfield. I haven't been in the outfield in a while, so it's kind of been good to be back to my old roots.
How's her arm?
Very good. Very good. And she gets rid of the ball quick, too.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, she does a good job.
All right, so Cassidy, what do you want to see out of your team this week going up against the top team in the conference?
I don't know. I just want to see us strive and give it our all. Like no matter what happens, like at the end of the day we have each other, and like I want us to do this for us and also for the seniors so that that we can keep playing.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to keep playing and see
Yeah.
where it takes us? So.
Yeah. And, nobody wants to be in this position, but here you are, backs against the wall. Sometimes if you look at it saying, okay, it's fun because nobody's giving us a chance,
Yeah.
and it's us against the world.
One of our assistant coaches last year, Coach G, used to always say, play free, play fast, and play fearless. And we obviously need to do that this weekend.
Free, fast, fearless, the 3 Fs.
There you go.
Do it this week against Grand Canyon, will
Oh,
you?
we will.
Safe travels, and come back after shocking them in Phoenix, will you?
Sounds like a good plan.
All right, Trailblazer softball and baseball, that'll do it for this week. See you next week.